Welcome to the A-Main Truggy Final at the 2013 Roar Nitro Nationals. This is the final championship race here on liverc.com, coming to you from Gulf Coast RC Raceway in Porter, Texas. Running down the lineup for you, Ty Tessman starts on pole, Dakota Fenn second, Adam Drake third, Mike Truggy the fourth and final driver as part of a four-way tie break to determine the TQ position. Ryan Lutz qualifies fifth, Jared Tebow sixth, Mayfield seventh, Billy Easton eighth, Stephen Hartson ninth, Austin Blair 10th. Bumping into the main from the B are Cody King, Matthew Schreffler, and Josh Wheeler. Trucks are finishing their warm-up right now. They are on the blocks. We are getting set to go with our 45-minute championship final. This is for the title.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down, and this is going to be a fantastic race. The journey to get here was long, but we are 45 minutes away from determining a national champion.
Gord Tessman taking the stance.
Trucks are down and quiet, and we are underway. Watching the very tricky first corner here. That complex is extremely hard to get correct. However, these are the best drivers on the planet. It looks like we had a pretty good start. Tessman leads out from Fenn.
A little bit of bumping in the back, but everybody got away clean, stayed on their wheels, no marshals involved.
Yep, everybody knows it is critical to have a clean start and just get in line and start working on your rhythm as we begin with the championship A-Main final. Tessman leads out from pole. Fenn follows in second. Drake and Truggy third and fourth, and all of these four of these drivers took a TQ in the four different qualification rounds that we had. And Tessman starting to gap the field slightly. He's in the OSB powered hot bodies on Pro Line tires down the back straight, the familiar black, purple, and white paint. Heads into the infield carefully, a little tentative as he's sawing away at the wheel here, trying to figure out how much traction he has. But he is through the triple doubles, being pursued by Dakota Fenn in the TLR 8T 2.0.
Dakota was the man to beat or watch through practice, but able to edge out the TQ position was Tessman. There was a four-way tie for the front row of this one. They all had firsts and seconds. It came down to laps and times.
Yep, it is the hot bodies out front, followed by a fleet of TLRs. It is Fenn now by Truggy moving up to the third spot. Drake drops to fourth, and Drake now has a rearview mirror full of Ryan Lutz in the Durango. Lutz looks to the inside, was not able to make the pass. And it is now Truggy challenging Fenn for the second spot. Look at the gang of cars coming through the Surf's Up section. It is Lutz now getting, looks like he got past Drake, and Mayfield gets past Drake as well.
Coming across the line this time, bobble there. Something happened to Drake.
And I now
Truggy third, Lutz, Mayfield, Blair, Tebow, King, Wheeler, Easton, Drake, Schreffler, Hartson in the running order.
And Truggy not being patient. He has now gotten past Fenn and runs in the second spot. Now he sets out after Ty Tessman, who is slowly easing away from this field.
You got to wonder, maybe Fenn hasn't been out on long run tires. It's going to take him a couple laps to get used to the grip level. Truggy's been out there on those already. So.
Yeah, I think these drivers are still feeling their way around. They did get out for a practice run earlier this morning, and they had a little bit of warm up just moments ago. But a lot of the
Lutz
drivers
already in the pits. Maybe not. Tessman stretching the lead out, though. Fastest guy across the line every single time.
Wow, he has already broken contact with Truggy in the second spot.
He's scheduled to lap the field 3 times right now.
Oh, jeez.
He kicks his pace up. You got to wonder if the truck and the tires can hold together at this torrid pace he's running. He's doing qualifying lap times right now, folks.
So, Tessman leads. Truggy runs in the second spot. Dakota Fenn has been relegated to third now. There is TLR's Mike Truggy with the top horsepower down the straightaway. Chasing after Fenn. TLR almost has a fleet or a quiver of arrows to fire at Ty Tessman as Truggy takes over and looks to be chasing down Tessman ever so slightly. His last lap at 26.3 to Tessman's 26.6. The gap about 3.2 seconds. We are early on in this championship final, only 3.5 minutes in, 41.5 minutes to go.
Now, it's clear Truggy has the pace, but like I said earlier in the broadcast, Tessman is a tactician. He isn't going to make too many mistakes. He's going to go out there and run his pace, let the race come to him, and as we see that there, Tessman clicks a new fast lap at race number 8.
There it is.
26-1. Did someone tell these guys this is a 45-minute main? Wow.
Tessman's goal is always to get the vehicle working well enough that he can drive it less than 100% and be fast. And they were working on that all through the week. They were not focusing on qualifying setups, although he was still towards the top of the field. They were looking forward to this race right here. And
Art
hearing that we have a
stop and go for Easton.
Yep, Billy Easton. Back with our leader, Tessman, down the back straight with the OS Speed powered hot bodies DHT. And he continues to circulate the track in front of Truggy. Truggy taking another tiny bite out of that lead by 1/10 of a second, which is now 3.4 seconds.
Truggy just matched the fast lap time at Tessman, so Truggy has the pace here. I think these guys 3 seconds apart right now, 3 and some change.
We're seeing a resurgence, which is great to see from Mike Truggy. He was a national champion in 2008 in Nitro Buggy. Kind of fell back into the pack through the intervening years, but now he is back with a vengeance. He has been at the sharp end of the field all week.
There it is, Mike Truggy, 25-9, says, I'm coming for you, Canada.
Yep, here it comes. So Truggy on a mission, and he is the lone challenge to Ty Tessman at this point. He's
only
the
one
who's able to run Ty Tessman down.
Maybe those guys out on same tire setups here. Truggy, a veteran of the A-Scale Race Series. Absolutely. For sure. He had to sit from the sidelines and watch the Worlds happen last year. He's very motivated to make something happen. Him and his teammates all working very, very hard on their Nitro program.
And Truggy takes another bite out of Tessman's lead, 26.3 to 26.5, so the gap now 2.6 seconds.
Truggy is closing. Cue the Jaws music.
Yep. He's being methodical about it, and these guys all know it's a long main. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
And so Truggy just running his rhythm, and his rhythm happens to be better than Ty's right now. Although there was enough of a gap at the beginning of the race as Ty broke out from his TQ position and had clean track, while Truggy had to deal with his teammate Fenn for a few laps.
And you see just that last lap there, Truggy just a scotch faster, but still quicker, making up a half a wheel width, something like that. They're making up a 10th, so Tessman probably can hear him getting closer. They're calling the gap out there. It's 2.2 seconds now.
Something like that. They're already working on lap traffic,
right.
Like 6.5 minutes into this thing, and every one of these drivers is blazingly fast. So Tessman and Truggy absolutely standing on it.
Bobble there by Truggy coming up the hill.
But absolutely standing on it, and they are crushing the will of the rest of this field. So we continue on. 6:45 down, 38:15 left to go in this 45-minute main. Tessman is now mired in lap traffic as well. That was Drake already a lap down to his teammates. So that was not part of his game plan since he was qualified in the third spot. He's already a lap down. Tessman working through lap traffic. He has passed Easton and Schreffler. He's in front of the driver's stand, methodically working his way through the doubles. And Fenn has come out of the pit, so we're running into fuel stops now about 7 minutes into this thing, which was expected. I possibly see Drake on a 10-minute fuel strategy, although that doesn't really work too well on a 45-minute main.
Would do you no good.
7.5 minutes is the natural perfect fuel strategy. So steady as she goes for Ty Tessman. Truck completely under control right now. We got a little bit of a contretemps on the right side.
Looks like Truggy with a bobble there, rolled it over at the end of the straightaway. Caught the pipe, rolled it over.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yep, that's not.
He had just done a 26.6. We'll see what this next lap is. Truggy's starting to stretch it out. Get on the hammer. See him sliding a little sideways there around the left hand.
And he bicycles and saves it. So Truggy suddenly Lutz.
Well, what had happened was Mayfield got a little woed up there into the rodeo section, and Lutz came charging up on him, missed his line a little bit when they came down to the step-off. Tebow caught the tire, a little wheelie. Take another look at it right here on our Novak Electronics Instant Replay. Good thing the wing was there.
Yeah, Tebow tried to get by, but what didn't quite clear Lutz.
So we're watching the battle for third, fourth, and fifth right now between Mayfield, Lutz, and Tebow.
As Lutz and Tebow tangle, that gives Mayfield just the slightest of gaps to work with as he continues to pursue Truggy. Looking at lap times.
Tebow tries it on the outside, able to keep it on the ground somehow. Very lucky there.
Let's see, gap from Truggy to Mayfield right around 4 seconds. Truggy with a rough lap at a 29-second pass last time by, so Mayfield kind of running out in the wilderness by himself right now. He's got Lutz kind of distantly in the mirror now as Mayfield's trying to make a break for it. He's running the LRP-powered RC8T from Associated with J Concepts tires on that vehicle. And he continues around as we check back in with our leader, Ty Tessman. He started on the pole. He's led every lap so far. He is continuing on his plan. Get out front, stay there, keep it under control. Just as tidy as you can possibly imagine through the rodeo section. And that truck completely under control right now, and he doesn't look like he's pushing at all.
Give you guys a rundown. It's Tessman leading, Truggy in the 2 spot, Mayfield 3rd, Lutz 4th, Tebow in the 5 spot. After that, it's Cody King transferred into this one, finding himself in the 6th spot. Our 2nd place qualifier, Dakota Fenn, having a hard time getting the pace, 7th. Billy Easton's 8th, Hartson 9th. Blair is 10th, Schreffler 11th. Drake all the way down to the 12th spot after a very bad start. And we saw Wheeler struggling out there. Looks like he's not going to be circulating anymore. Going to finish in that lucky number 13 spot.
Checking fast laps so far after we've got 13 and a half minutes in the books, and it is Mike Truggy with the hero lap, the only one with a 25-second lap. And there he is continuing to circulate in that top-powered TLR 8T 2.0 on Proline tires. And he continues to pursue Tessman.
What I think happened is he caught a heater on that 25.9, so he thought that he'd be able to run that pace a little harder. Over driving through a couple laps there, and it's taken him a little while to get back into his rhythm. You see this last time by Tessman with a 26.6, Truggy with a 26.5, making up a little bit of ground, but he's still 13 seconds off the back of Tessman as Tessman relentlessly running faster laps again and again and again.
And it's just fractionally each lap. It's 2/10 here, it's a 10th there. Truggy was actually hauling Tessman in earlier by that amount that I was mentioning. It was a 10th here, 2/10 there. And then as we broke away to take a look at Mayfield, Lutz, and Tebow battling, the tide turned. Tessman started to break away, and Truggy had one rough lap that we saw for sure at a 29-second lap. And now Tessman just absolutely running his own race in his own head. He's got no reason to be concerned about anybody else at this time. He heads through the triple doubles in front of the driver's stand and continues on his way.
Last time by for Tessman, a 26.8. Last time by for Truggy, 26.6 as he makes up some ground. 2/10 is just a small fraction of what he needs. He's coming up about 13 seconds behind now still, so a lot more time needs to be chomped at this one by Truggy. Anything can happen here. Nitro racing extremely exciting with the pit stops, the flameouts, and the whatnot. 30 minutes left to go on this one, Marshall. Lots and lots of laps. They're scheduled to do 100 laps before the pit stops.
Unbelievable.
That pace will slow down just a little bit here as they cycle through their pit stops. Tessman came in at about the 8-minute mark, 8.5 minutes when he came across the line on his outlap. It was at the 9-minute tone.
So we continue on and just kind of running down the order here. It is Ty Tessman out front, followed by Mike Truggy, followed by Ryan Mayfield in the 3rd spot. Mayfield has some company, though. Tebow chasing Mayfield, and as soon as I talk about him, the announcer's curse works. He gets it wrong in the rodeo section and ends up on his lid.
See that order changing up there? It used to be Mayfield, Lutz, and Tebow. Now it's Mayfield, Tebow, King, Lutz.
Yeah, Lutz falling down the order. I'm not sure if it's a pit sequence problem. Here's the Novak replay of Tebow's issues. Just gets those rear tires right into the valley between jump 6 and 7 in the rodeo, and round she goes.
Landed with the wheels turned.
Yep, he was trying to save it all the way around.
Trying to race it up the hill.
Following Mayfield's progress, he's had a Nationals to forget so far, although he is in the championship for the Truggy final. He is used to being at the sharp end of the field. He has not been there all week.
Well, Mayfield dealt himself a dose of bad luck. Tessman into the pits. Gord's got it up, down, and away. Kisses the wall on the way out. Clean stop there for Tessman. Probably going to maintain the lead with a huge lead like that. And you see he clocked in with 37 laps. Truggy just coming across the line now. So tough break there. That's going to be difficult to make up the gap if you can't get even on the pit stop. You're going to have a hard time. What I was getting at was Mayfield had a 2 for round number 1, got DQ'd due to weight penalties. He said he was 50 grams underweight. He changed the wing and the body.
Yep.
Forgot to check. He had shoe glue all over the practice body, none on the race body.
Yep, complete mental error on Mayfield's part, and that cost him a run that would have moved him well up in this field.
Look at this, Tessman lapping through 5th spot. We're not even to the halfway point yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, this is absolute dominance so far by Ty Tessman. Defending his national championship title in Truggy from last year. He won both classes last year. Buggy was a much more exciting fight in that he battled with Dakota Fend to the last corner of the last lap and won the title by 0.6 of a second. The run-up to this race looked like it was going to be a Tessman and Fend shootout, but it has not materialized. Fend.
We got an order change now as Truggy on his pit lap drops all the way down to the 4th spot.
Okay.
That's going to move Tebow to 2nd, Mayfield to 3rd, cycling through on the pit stops, I'm sure.
Yep. So we were looking forward to a Tessman-Fend shootout in Truggy, and we're not getting it.
Clearly not going to happen as Fend's all the way down.
He's in the 7th spot right now, and kind of mired in the field. Is the fastest lap of 26.4 so far, and that's not very much quicker than Tessman's average right now.
So pit stop cycling through now. Mayfield currently in the 2nd spot. Probably still to come in. I haven't seen a long lap out of him yet. Truey's back on the track underway, 26.3, fastest driver across the stripe in that group. And we move back to Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada's Ty Tessman.
I really enjoy watching him drive. I'm a fan of the doctor or the technician of driving, where while exciting driving is really fun to watch, seeing someone driving very precise and very efficient to me is more rewarding, because I know how difficult it is to get a vehicle to work that well.
No flair, just speed.
Just speed. It's nothing but business, baby. And he's Mayfield, down the straightaway.
Maybe going on a long strategy here. He still hasn't come into the pits, knows he needs to make up a lot of grid positions. He started 7th. These other guys started a good 45 feet in front of him.
I know Mayfield has never been known for good fuel economy because he's an enthusiastic driver.
He uses a lot of throttle to make it do what it
needs to do. A lot of throttle and a lot of fuel usage. However, he's using a new LRP engine, which should be known for better fuel economy than the previous Reedy engines he was running, and he is throwing blows with Truey right now.
Well, Truey just kissed the back of his Truggy, got him turned sideways, couldn't make the double. Truey was already committed, jumped on top of him, tagged the brakes to get off, and Tebow's saying to himself, these guys need to take each other out. These guys need to take each other out.
Yeah, this is a development now as Mayfield moves up to the 2nd
Take
spot.
Look at here with our Novak instant replay. Contact there, and then lands on top. Kind of drives around the outside, hits the brakes, wait. Tebow's like, go, go, go.
All right, so it's a scrum. It's Mayfield, Truey, and Tebow through the middle of the track over the table and the hip. Truey darts to the inside, trying to find a quick way over the hip to move by, but Mayfield will have none of it. Tebow looks to the outside on Truey. 3 of the best drivers on the planet duking it out in the A main of Truggy for your enjoyment and theirs. These guys love to race. They race each other all the time around the world. Tebow gets it a little bit wrong and falls off the other 2. However, it is entirely possible.
Truey's getting a little frustrated back here, I think.
You think so?
His truck works a little better than Mayfield's. He's got a lot of corner speed.
Oh!
And Mayfield keeps kind of checking up a little bit in front of him. Truey's got nowhere to go, not enough time to hit the brakes, and he's got Tebow all over the back door, so it's not like he can just stop and wait. He's got to go.
Factory pilots all. Mayfield drives for Associated. Truey drives for TLR. And Tebow drives for Kyosho. Each of these guys have been with these companies their entire careers, or for several years at the very least. They're very familiar with these vehicles, and it shows in how well they keep them under control as they head down the straightaway here after 21 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Tebow down the inside, can't make it stick. And Truey gives it up. Traction rolls in the Hulk smash corner. And now Tebow moves up to the 3rd spot, and he will set out after Mayfield.
So Truey pushing a little bit too hard here. His truck has the pace. It's just very edgy. As we take a look here, contact with him and Tebow. Gets away with it. Able to make the double, then rolls it over there as he lands with the wheels turned.
I have to wonder if Truey's going to be fuming, thinking that the previous hit caused that rollover because it knocked him off rhythm.
Yeah, of course, but I think they clear that out right away. They know that doesn't matter. They just got to put their head down and run laps because Tessman is checking out from this group. Actually, Mayfield able to keep touch. 13.3 seconds was the gap before the pit stop started to cycle through. About the same now as we approach the halfway mark in this one. 220 down, guys. 240 left to go. We are halfway to possibly back-to-back Truggy national champion.
It's looking that way because I just did the quick math here, and Tessman has Mayfield down by 23 seconds, so almost an entire lap as we approach the halfway mark. As we just passed the halfway mark, rather. So Tessman putting on a clinic. Tebow out of drive. That engine was still running, but Tebow, his truck rolls to a stop at the turnstile at the top of the back straight, and it sounds like his national championship title challenge is done. There it is.
Tebow getting
being
brought
carried
to the pit
back,
lane.
and that is a shame. He was doing very well running in the third spot and just kind of shadowing Mayfield as they both tried to pursue Tessman. So it's going to be Tessman and Mayfield. Truey moves up to the third spot. Lutz moves up to fourth. King in fifth. Fend will take over the sixth spot. Easton runs seventh. Blair in eighth. Hartz in ninth. Drake in the 10th spot. And Schreffler runs in the 11th spot. We now have two DNFs, and there is
Take a look.
Tebow's engine running, but no drive.
Nothing. I saw smoke, but no go.
Yep, lost drive.
Drake having to move over for our leader one more time. You know that's got to be killing him.
Oh, yeah.
Making some sort of wrong choice. He just can't turn the lap times right now. You see him at 30.7. Fenn's trying to salvage something, but he's way down now, just not used to the tires. And here comes Truey. Logic Jr. got it up. Fuel goes in, down and away.
That top engine has been fed with fuel, and he will continue on his way drama-free. And now he sets out to continue his pursuit of Mayfield. Or I take that back because he was in front of Mayfield on lap 52.
They switched spots there. They're on same pitch strategy. They come in same time, leave same time. So once they pass each other on the track, that's kind of the end of it. But check this out. Tessman's lapped the field already.
Oh. Wow.
Amazing run here by the Hot Bodies team driver, Ty Tessman, as he has lapped the entire Truggy field at the halfway mark of this 2013 Roar 1A Scale Nitro Off-Road Nationals presented by Team Associated.
Tessman, the it guy when it comes to racing. He doubled up last year. He's looking to defend the Truggy title and the Buggy title.
Tessman's been on a tear. He just won the electric pre-worlds back at Chico at amainhobbies.com's Outback Raceway.
Yep,
Silver Dollar Raceway.
Yep, he is absolutely a threat to win wherever he goes. He can run electric off-road. He can run nitro off-road. I believe he has tried his hand at sedan on-road. Although
he came to Vegas, ran the IIC. He made the main in the spec class.
Pit stop for Tessman. Gord's got it up on the blocks. Fuel goes in. He's down and gone.
Mama Tessman resets the clock, takes the fuel gun, lets Gord watch the truck.
And away he goes.
Came in on a 26.5. Fastest driver across the stripe beyond Hartson, who did a 26.3 in the 5 spot.
And I'm showing Lutz up to the third spot as Mayfield falls down the order. His last lap of 34.5. Did he flame out? Wondering where Mayfield may have gone.
King Hartson and Mayfield down in the 11th spot. Several laps down. Hasn't crossed the line in a minute or so.
I think we've lost Mayfield.
Yeah, Mayfield out. Or at least off the track for a very long time.
For a fate-deciding amount of time. We're following Ryan Lutz in the Durango with the Alpha horsepower and the AKA tires. He's having a Nationals like he would like to see, making the finals in both classes.
If you can't win, you at least want to get on the podium.
Absolutely.
Lutz making that happen right now, driving clean and consistent, doing his job. 26.8 last time by. Truey with a 26.4. Tessman with a 26.7, but there we go. Truey barely on the lead lap. Oh, no, not check that. Not on the lead lap.
There is Tessman. He's got Fend in it. No, that's Drake in his mirrors a lap down. And so
that's the halfway mark, guys. We got 18 minutes left to go in this one. Tessman, Truey, Lutz, the running order at the front. Transfer driver Cody King all the way up to fourth.
Oh, great job.
Steven Hartson in the 5th spot. He started 9th. Gun Show Billy Easton with the Serpent started 8th, running 6th. Austin Blair from amainhobbies.com running the 7th spot. Team Losi Racing's Adam Drake started 3rd, but clearly made a bad decision on the setup change for the main and just can't run the pace right now. Fend early on, struggling as well, had to let Truggy go by, but really nobody's got anything for Tessin right now. Schreffler down to the 10th spot.
Just heard
still circulating
report from the pits that Schreffler has a broken wing. Haven't seen the truck yet to see how that damage has manifested itself, but that's
not conducive to fast lap times.
Well, you need everything to work just right in order to run at these top levels like this, and so Schreffler, impressive to get his way into the show, will continue to circulate, but his chances of winning a national title are slim. Tessman in front of the driver's stand, the OS Speed-powered Hot Bodies D8T on Proline tires, continues to circulate in a master class. He has lapped the field just over the halfway mark. We have 17 minutes left to go in this one.
Wow.
It's a 45-minute contest.
Technically, I think he had left the field before the halfway mark even happened.
I think he had Mayfield, I think it was left to get by at the halfway mark. But, yeah, he is out on Planet Reebok.
Yeah, definitely. Tessman working his way through the slap shot. Right-hander, left-hander, over the table, clean and easy, does the hipper like he should. Here comes through the carousel, surfs up, and into the rodeo, nice and easy. Little protest there, hits the tire on the pipe, down the main straight he goes, and into the bank of the Cayman Islands. Makes his way around the right-hander, over the baby double, smash crash corner number 1. Speed roller now to the double triples, triple doubles.
Yep. He continues on the slap shot corner, and he still doesn't look like he's driving this vehicle hard. He's just driving within himself, not drifting the truck into some of these flat corners. He's just cruising on around, and his pace that he cruises at is better than anybody else here this entire weekend.
He may be gripping and ripping, but he just drives so calm and smooth. It's by no means boring. As a race fan, you appreciate someone who can go this fast and make it look so easy. But for the spectators at home, like, what's this guy doing? Got on cruise control?
Yep, Tessman leads. Truggy runs in the 2nd spot. Lutz runs 3rd. King runs 4th.
Wow.
Easton, Hartson,
check that out.
And Blair.
Top 6, all different chassis manufacturers.
Yeah, chassis parity has been achieved. It's a Hot Bodies out in front, a TLR in 2nd, a Durango in 3rd, a Kyosho in 4th, a Serpent in 5th, and an Associated in 6th.
Austin Blair's on the Kyosho, Dakota Fenn Team Losi Racing, Adam Drake Team Losi Racing, Schreffler out there in the Serpent, Mayfield with another Associated, Jared with a Kyosho, and Wheeler's been off the track for some time now, having some problems with his X-ray.
Some parity in tires, too. We've got tires from Proline, a.k.a. MJ Concepts in the top 6.
Yep.
And all sorts of engine manufacturers. They're all over the place.
Still a lot of racing to go, guys. We are just past the 15 minutes to go mark as Tessman works over the hipper. Through the carousel corner he goes. Now, we love a great race, but it is kind of nice to see the youngster dominating this field of professional drivers right now.
I think the torch is being passed from the previous generation at the ripe old age of like 26 to 30 to the new generation here. Ty Tessman is the man to beat.
It's not uncommon to see these guys run at the front of the pack for many, many years and all of a sudden go on a hot streak. Yep. It kind of started in Argentina. Tessman was very fast. They finished 2nd to the field. In the main, they went with the safety first route, but Rana Folk able to outpace them the whole race and just walk away with that one. We went to the Nationals last year, and Tessman just did his job. He was able to win both national championships last year, Truggy and Buggy. And honestly, favorite right now, at least, to take this Truggy as he continues to pace these guys. He's looking to put the field 3 laps down by the end of this one, and even with the pit stops, that'll still be at least 2 laps down. So an absolutely dominating performance by the Hot Bodies driver, rolling on Proline tires using a Futaba Radio Nitrotane Fuel OS engine.
He's been in front of cameras enough times now in interviews that you know the pattern develops where more often than not you will hear him make the comment, "I just went out there and hit my marks. That was all I was out to do." That is his approach to racing. Get the vehicle to work well and then go out and simply execute. Don't be a hero. You don't have to be when it works this well. And this is a lesson on how you win a national title against some of the best drivers on earth.
Drive faster than they do.
The description of the task is simple. The execution of that task is not simple.
You know, but to be quite honest with you, as you look down the lap times, he's not really outpacing these guys by a ton. He's just way more consistent than they are. Doesn't make any mistakes. He goes out there and runs within 3 or 4 tenths every lap for the most part. A slow lap for Tessman there with a 26.7.
Yeah, if you can consider that slow.
Yeah, that's but you see, I mean, other guys running faster laps than that on occasion, 26.5 and stuff popping up there. The problem is they get those 29s and 30s in there on occasion. So Tessman probably has it on cruise control, so he makes his way right into the pits.
Down the
Kisses
pit lane
the wall.
Gord. Gord's got it. And
down and away.
There he's gone. There's a pit stop at the 33-minute mark. We are 12 minutes away, so he's going to have one more stop.
Truggy got by him, but didn't even get to make up his lap yet.
Yeah. Yep, there's Truggy heading down the back straight right now. First, leading the main for the first time for one lap, and I imagine he will be peeling in here shortly.
He's not leading. He's down a lap.
Oh, that's right. He just got back on the lead lap.
He's still down a lap. He didn't even get on the lead lap. It went right away because Tessman's right behind him. So he's just trying to stay only one lap down right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Tessman about to lap the field 2 times as we watch him work his way around on the back door of Mike Truggy.
Unreal.
Wowzers.
Interesting for me to see that Truggy and Lutz are on the podium. They have been in or near the top echelon in racing for years and years and years. I mentioned before that Truggy has won a national championship. Lutz has made countless finals, but it seems like bad luck seems to find Lutz. Truggy just kind of was off pace for years, but now he has gotten back up into the top 5 for sure, and now he's running second in Truggy. This has to be a confidence booster for Buggy, as he TQ'd one of the rounds of Buggy, if memory serves me, the 4th round.
Interesting here. Ty backing it down a little bit.
Okay.
I think he's just going to run safety line the rest of this race. Try to keep a pace that keeps him in his rhythm, but not really push the issue. Yeah. I think it's quite clear to him it's his to lose at this stage.
Absolutely, it is.
The truck stays together. I know he trusts his mechanic more than anybody else in this building. Yep. Gord had that thing torn apart while Ty was cleaning the bits. Gord was going over everything with practically a magnifying glass, a fine-tooth comb.
Yep. That's also a facet that you have to do to operate at this level. The vehicle comes apart after every run. What's going on here? We have a battle for second. It's Lutz and Truggy.
Lutz now taking the 2 spot over in the Rango.
Truggy with a crash, and Lutz there to capitalize. They head through the triple doubles. It is the Durango of Ryan Lutz, challenge by the TLR of Mike Truggy. Over the hip, through the double apex left. These guys have been running in lockstep the entire way so far. And Lutz trying to break away from Truggy. That won't be an easy task as Truggy has a lot of speed in his truck. And we continue on with 9:20 left to go in this 45-minute A-main.
Closing stages of this race, time winding down. Tessman leading from go.
Yep.
Truggy battled with him for the first handful of laps, but really that was all. And once he started to make his mistakes, pushed too hard to try to reel him back in, and the Iceman cometh in Tessman.
Yes, absolutely. And Truggy, a little bit of an inefficient trip over the rodeo and the turnstile, so Lutz now starting to gap Truggy. As you can see, it looks like they're running together 1, 2, 3, but that's not the case. They are now 1 lap down on Tessman. Tessman down the straightaway in the OS Speed powered hot bodies on Proline tires.
The 1, the 5, the 4, the 11. Cody King transferred into this one, running in the 4th, trying to work onto the podium. Billy Easton in the 8th, and it's the 10 of Austin Blair from AMainHobbies.com. Dakota Fenn, Team Losi Racing was the favorite in all classes almost this weekend, and finds himself down in 7th.
Yep, a surprising result for Dakota since his name was on everybody's lips all week long.
Yeah. Adam Drake was really strong all weekend too, but just not getting it together here in the main. Treffler, Hartson, and Mayfield rounding out the field. Actually, Mayfield looks to be off the track, Tebow off the track, and Wheeler off the track.
There is TLR's Dakota Fenn, driver from Michigan, and the one who nearly stopped Tessman's double last year. And he was a 0.6 of a second shy of winning the buggy title. And I have to wonder here between Fenn and Drake, who are going to the semis in buggy, if they're going to adjust their tire strategy. I wonder if the issue is the tire choice.
Maybe they did some setup changes. I don't know.
That's possible. That's possible. There was a big question mark around what to run for tires for the mains, since there is tire wear and there's a variable of getting tires to work. And yeah, Fenn's truck does not look like it works very well.
So on lap number 82, Ryan Lutz goes to 26 flat as we pick up Dakota Fenn.
So Lutz still has fight in him, and he's trying to take the fight to Tessman. He's got a lot of work to do, though.
Tessman must have heard him and said, well, I want to be talked about, too. I'll go do a 26.2 right now. Just a blink off of his fast lap time.
Yep. Looks like Lutz may have stopped for fuel, and that would make sense with 7 minutes to go. So I think Lutz is good to go for fuel. And he is back underway in that iconic blue and pink paint job on the Team Durango truck with Alpha horsepower and AKA tires.
Lutz and Truggy pitting together, keeping the gap the same, though. Truggy trying to make something happen. He'd like to be a little further up on that podium.
Absolutely.
Bonuses are bigger the higher up you go.
It's looking to be a payday for Truggy. It's just a question of what's the first digit on the check.
Right.
So Lutz continuing around this track.
The closing stages of this one with just over 6 minutes to go. Take a look here at the Novak instant replay as Lutz
6 and 1. 6 and 1, just like that. Brap.
Not sure. That must have been the lap he did the 26 flat.
I would think so, yeah. There it is, 5 and 2. And he's able, he gets wide on the turnstile, but he's able to accelerate all the way through that corner.
Tessman just did his last pit stop. He just checked in with a 31-second lap time, so he's done on pit stops.
All right.
And Lutz is going to try to reel him in a half a second at a time if that keeps happening. He did a 26.8 to a 26.4, so he's got to reel him in, pass him, come all the way back around and do it again because he's a lap down to our leader, Ty Tessman in the hot bodies.
It seems unlikely, but no. As you've seen, if you've been watching our coverage today, which you should have, in the lower mains, these things go down to the last turn on the last lap a lot of times.
Yeah, we saw lots of action in the rodeo section. Guys getting past with cars going sideways, hucka-bucking right on by.
Yep. And Lutz is still on it. He is right down on the pipes. He is keeping tight. The truck is working well.
Wow.
He's launching.
Yeah,
look
going
at him.
For it.
He is on it.
These guys are probably thinking to themselves, we should have ran these tires in qualifying. It makes the truck so much easier. They can be a little bit more aggressive through the tricky sections of the track.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that Tessman up the road? That truck right there.
It is.
And so, as we were talking about, the task in front of Lutz is to catch Tessman, pass him, and then get a lap back.
In 4 minutes.
And he is pulling up on Tessman noticeably.
He's got to do that all in 4 minutes. Tessman with a 26.3, Lutz with a 26.3. So Tessman must have heard us, turning on the afterburners now.
And Lutz, the bit between his teeth, he can see Tessman up the road now for the first time in quite a while. And so, how's this going to end? At the very least, I'm sure Lutz would like to get on the lead lap just so that the clock can't be used as a pick, and also, just on principle, you want to be on the lead lap. That is the goal of the exercise.
Yeah, bobble there by Lutz coming on the straightaway, costing some time.
And, Lutz is pulling up here, and I think he's got a bit of a second wind here as he sees that he has some speed advantage on Tessman, and he can actually do something about his situation. Earlier in this race, it looked like Tessman was absolutely unassailable, and nobody had anything to do about it, but Lutz is proving this wrong. Down the back straight. And here comes Lutz to try to get his lap back. It is Tessman and Lutz on the front side here. Lutz approaching Tessman. There's 3.5 minutes left to go here. So really, my guess here is that Tessman's going to pull aside, let Lutz go, and then just cruise it on in, because making an entire lap when you're only fractions of a second faster cannot be done on a track of this size with the time remaining.
You would hate for some contact to take this away from you. 3 minutes left to go, ladies and gentlemen. 6 laps before we have a new national champion here.
And Lutz has broken the will of Truggy. That gap is now 6 seconds. Truggy is out of contact, and it is now simply the job of Tessman to bring it home, Lutz to try to get back on the lead lap if he can and hope for a miracle. Here are your first and second place trucks. They are 1 lap apart. And Lutz showing uncharacteristic strength, which is fantastic to see. He's a great guy, super nice.
Lutz turning the heater on 26.40 to 26.1, so Lutz turning faster laps than he did in qualifying. Track conditions probably playing a part of that. There's been a lot more rubber laid down. There's been 2 full days of 15-minute races, 30-minute races. So it's not all driver.
Yeah, he either made an adjustment to the truck that suited the track, or the track came to the truck.
Tessman says, I've had enough of this. 26.1.
You must go.
He's almost matching his fast lap on his 95th lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
That is no easy task.
Unbelievable.
Lutz doing the same thing, though.
Yep.
Both of these guys on point right now. 20-year-old Ty Tessman, 2 minutes away from wrapping up a national championship. Anything can happen, though. He doesn't have a 4-lap lead. That's about how many laps are left in this one. So he's got to keep it together, finish this one up strong.
Just checking the gap between third place Mike Truggy and fourth place Cody King. That's about a 15, 16, 17 second gap. So there is no battle there. Our podium, as long as nothing changes, looks to be Ty Tessman winning, Ryan Lutz in second, Mike Truggy third. Let's see if fate accounts for that actual finish.
If Truggy finishes, he should be all right. He's got a lap up on
almost a lap.
Former WC Cody Kang.
Yeah, he's up by about 18 seconds.
There you go.
1:10 left to go in this 45-minute contest. Absolute domination by Ty Tessman. He's a lap up on second place, and he had gotten to that point just after the halfway mark.
Tessman started this weekend, TQ'd the first round, kind of played it quiet after that.
Yeah.
And coming back now, making a bunch of noise as he laps the field here at the 2013 Roar 1/8 scale off-road Nitro Nationals, brought to you by Team Associated. Additional promotional considerations have been made by amainhobbies.com, AKA Race Tires, AbsoluteHobbies.com, and Upgrade RC. Tessman now working through the right-hander in front of the driver's stand, going double, double, double out to the flats, nice and safe. You see Lutz just behind him, probably thinking in his head, jinx, 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 jinx.
Bring it, bring it, bring it.
But at this stage right now, I think even if Tessman broke, he'd still win.
Yeah, as he crosses the stripe right here,
seconds.
going into the last lap, Ty Tessman will be your national champion.
Ladies
Fantastic.
and
Ty Tessman on his victory lap.
Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Ty Tessman out on the victory lap
Mom
right
and
now.
Dad down in the pit cheering him on.
Back-to-back Roar national champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Ty Tessman. Hot Bodies, Futaba, Nitrotane, Proline,
OS Speed
engines. Congratulations to Team Tessman. TyTessman.com back home. His sister Jess. Congratulations, everybody. Well done.
Well done, and super happy for Ty Tessman. Nice young kid, real polite, works hard, keeps his head on straight. It's really fun to see that. And
perfect
he
execution.
has backed it up. Absolutely perfect execution. I don't think he did anything wrong that entire race.
Only thing he didn't do right was get the fast lap. He let him beat him on fast lap. Barry would be disappointed, but for everybody else, that's just fine.
And also, Garrett Strenga was down there in the pit next to Gord. He's the designer and creator of the Durango. He's got something to be happy about as he finishes up second on the podium with Ryan Lutz. Mike Truggy finishes up in the third spot. What a great result for the Truggy final. And Ty Tessman successfully defends his national championship.
Gord proud, walking that truck over to Tech, and I don't think I've ever even heard of Tessman's car being questioned in Tech, so he probably put an extra rock in the fuel tank to make sure it was under. Ty there, very pleased. But
looks a little spent, actually.
Truggy, great national title, but it's not a win.
Well, we're here with Ty Tessman down here in the J Concepts pit report. Ty, you just took the win in the 45-minute Truggy main. That's back-to-back now. Ty, looked amazing, man, from the get-go. What was your secret?
I just try to drive consistent laps. I ran a little bit bigger pin this race than qualifying, so the truck was a little bit slower, but I just tried to keep plugging away at it, just run lap after lap, and I didn't crash, so I'm really happy with that. But my truck was awesome. Pro line tires working up awesome. OS engine ran awesome the whole time, so I'm just really happy with it.
Good. You're a four-time Roar National Champion, right? You're kind of climbing up the list here. You got any number that you're shooting for?
I'm just trying to win every race I go to is my goal.
Good. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to here for the victory?
Yeah, my family, my mom, dad, sister, for all their help and support, my sponsors for all their support, and most importantly, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Well, that's Ty Tessman. He's number one here today in the Truggy class. We're going to try to move in and get a couple more guys here. Ryan, we're going to get Ryan Lutz in here, the second place guy. Ryan, awesome job, man. You had a battle. You guys were in a serious battle there for quite a while. Tell us about your race as you came back up through the field there.
The start was, I felt like I was behind somebody and I accidentally tagged him. I got to stop and go. Luckily, a little bit of a gap had formed, and so I was able to still get out, only losing one position. And then the rest of the race, I made one mistake over the whoop section. I did one more pit stop than Ty. I know that was a factor, but he was also just gone and checked out. He was awesome. But, my 8K tires held up the whole race, and if anything, I got faster and faster as everything came in together and came back and got second and felt great.
Yeah, great job. Absolutely. Well, that's Ryan Lutz with the Team Durango. Super fast guy here. He really laid it down towards the end of that run, got back up in the second. Thanks, Ryan. Great job, man. Absolutely. We got Mike Truggy. Mike, a lot of guys came off the track that broke, and they said Truggy's got the best truck on the track. Tell us about your run.
Truck started off amazing. Starting fourth, I had Adam and Dakota, my teammates, in front of me, and it was a good, clean start, and everybody ran good. And up front, my truck was amazing. And then towards the end, it just dips and shocks got soft and kind of went away. And then towards the very, very end there, when me and Ryan were battling, I thought I heard some drivetrains popping, so figured may as well just save it and get a for sure podium. And other than that, big shout out to TLR, top engines, all them. Pro line tires, went to 45, no problem, and podium I'm happy with.
Tell us about that crazy battle between Mayfield, you, and Tebow, Lutz. You guys were all in there just like duking it out.
Oh yeah, we got huge trucks out here, and we're within 4 or 5 tenths of each other. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, it was a total battle. I mean, you guys are just like throwing it in there. Mayfield's holding you guys off. I mean, you looked a little bit faster, but you're trying to be patient, but at the same time, you're like, Ty is getting away. Can you tell us a little bit about, just being in second and having the fastest lap of the race?
Like I said, the truck was good, and when we were battling me, Mayfield, and Jared, all of our trucks were good, and it was a clean race, and that racing's fun to me, so.
Well, thanks, Mike. Congrats on the third place. We're going to move on here to the buggy race, and thanks for being on Live RC.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Our J Concepts Pit Report bringing us all the action, and congratulations to youngster Ty Tessman. You see him take the win there. Ryan Lutz in the 2 spot, and Truggy going to round out the podium. As we get right underway here, moving right on through the action, our quarterfinal even coming up next, and I got a special guest in the booth, Marshall. You could go on.
We need our Marshall at the 8 for Wheeler. We need our Marshall at the 7 for Fisher. The Marshall at the 6 for King. Marshall at the 13 for Dellinger. Marshall at the 10 for Warnemont. So I do have my 13. Yes, you guys can get a chair, guys. For marshals, you may have a chair for this one. Still need my marshal on the 10 for Warnemont and my marshal on the 8 for Wheeler. Looks like Rodriguez, are you on the 7 there? 6, okay. Still need my marshal at the 10 and at the 8. Warnemont and Wheeler, you guys need a turn marshal still. Remember, guys, no one allowed on the track unless you're wearing one of those yellow vests. There's to be no one on the track unless you're wearing one of those fancy yellow vests out there. So I got my 10. I'm just missing a marshal on the 8. Once you got someone coming, Josh? Okay. All right, guys, looks like we are going to get going here with our driver introductions for our buggy A main here at the 2013 Roar Fuel Off-Road Nationals. Bumping up from that B, or from the semis on time. 20 years old from Pearland, Texas, driving the Team Associated. Sponsors our Team Associated EP Powermaster, Avid, Proline, Victory RC Hobby Shop, and FTW. Special thanks to David Jordan, my mom, my dad, and happy Father's Day to my dad. Your 13th qualifier on the grid, Jake Dellinger. Years old. Wow. 29 years old from Murrieta, California. Driving the TLR. Sponsors are AKA TLR OS, VP Powermaster Futaba, Protec RC, Upgrade RC. Special thanks to everyone at AKA TLR. Keep it sharp.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the show. LiveRC.com continuing coverage of the 2013 Roar 1A Scale Nitro Off-Road Nationals. We are in our driver introductions, and 20 years old from Pearland, Texas, qualifying in the 13th position using the Team Associated buggy, OS Speed Motor, VP Power, Fuel, Proline blockades. He's running a Futaba radio and a Savox servos. His sponsors are Team Associated, VP Powermaster, Avid, Proline, Victory RC Hobby Shop, FTW. He wants to give a special thanks to David Jor. Mom and Dad, happy Father's Day, Dad. Starting 13th on the grid, 20-year-old Jake Dellinger. Starting 12th on the grid, from Murrieta, California, running the Team Losi Racing Buggy, OS Motor, VP Fuel, AKA Tires, TLR Body, Futaba Radio, Futaba Servos. His sponsors are AKA Team Losi Racing, OS, VP Powermaster, Futaba, Protec, RC, Upgrade. He wants to give a special thanks to everyone at AKA Team Losi Racing, Kevin Sharp, and happy Father's Day. Claiming he's 29 years old, Mark Pavitas from Livermore, California, running for amainhobbies.com. He uses an RB motor. His fuel is Sidewinder. His tires are AKA radios and electronic servos are the Protec. Sponsors are amainhobbies.com, Protec RC, AKA RB Engines, Airtronics, Upgrade RC, and Bodies by Boris. Special thanks to his mom and his dad, Dave Jor, and everyone at A-Main Hobbies. 22 years old, 11th on the grid, Tyler Vick. From Murrieta, California, 16 years old, running the Durango with the OS Speed engine. Byron's Fuel, a.k.a. Tires, Futaba Radio, Futaba Servo. His sponsors are Team Durango, a.k.a. OS Speed, Futaba, Byron's Fuels, Reedy, LRP, RWD, DE Racing, Icon Sports, Performance, and Imagine Graphics. He wants to give a special thanks to his family, Gil Losi Jr., Mark Pavitas, Joel Johnson, Garrett Strang, everyone at Team Durango, and the man